Hi there, I'm Amber with Kaleidoscope Yoga. Thank you so much for your interest in my video today. Hey, if you'd like to follow along when we do the classes live, just like my Kaleidoscope Yoga page on Facebook or follow me on Instagram at Amber Kleid Yoga for dates and times. In the meantime, grab yourself your mat, a couple of blocks, maybe a blanket and a towel, and perhaps a bolster or a thicker pillow to rest on in Savasana, and I will meet you on the mat. So please come into your seat, whatever that means to you, whatever feels comfortable. Maybe sitting on a block or a blanket might feel nice to lift the hips up and allow the pelvis to kind of roll forward gently. For me, it makes me feel like I can elongate a little bit more through my spine. And of course, when we are grounding down and doing our breath work, we want to be able to have lots of space here. So see if you can find that. Lengthening through the crown of the head, relaxing the shoulders. And you don't have to roll them back and tuck them back. Just let your shoulders rest wherever they might fall naturally. And then today I may ask that, and if you're not already doing this, to rest the palms up. And you can close your eyes if you'd like, if that feels comfortable, or the gaze can come down towards the floor. And then just begin to let the body soften from the crown of the head to the space between the eyes, around the eye sockets, softening the creases, the corners of the eyes. Even though we've earned those creases, you can let them relax for a few moments here. Let the cheeks soften, the space around the ears relax. Let the back of the skull release, softening through the jaw, perhaps parting the teeth a little bit. And you may take a swallow here just to kind of give a little bit of recognition to the throat. Maybe taking a deep inhale here, and then just sighing it out. See how that feels. And then relaxing through the neck. Let the softness spread down through the top of the collarbone, across the shoulders, down the shoulder blades, down the shoulders to the biceps and the triceps, down to the elbows and the forearms, to the palms of the hands, and letting the fingers feel light. Letting the breath flow naturally into the chest and into the belly. Taking a moment to connect with that softness when you inhale and the chest and the belly rise. And that soft release when you get to exhale. Relaxing through the hips. Releasing, kind of giving in to gravity and feeling yourself get a little bit heavier as you press into whatever it is that you're seated on today. And so you're just acknowledging the support underneath you. Seeing to any tension you may be feeling in the hip creases. Relaxing through the thighs and the knees. through the shins and the calves, all the way down the foot to the tips of the toes. And then we're going to do a little bit different breathing exercise today, using our hands and our fingers. And so with the palms rested towards the ceiling, please bring your attention to the base of the outside of the thumb. And you can choose to imagine this on both hands or on one hand. It is totally up to you. And I'll explain this first before we begin, and then I'll lead you in the breath practice. So we're going to inhale to the tip of the finger and exhale down to the space between the pointer finger and the thumb. You're going to inhale up to the tip of the pointer finger and exhale down between that space between the pointer finger and the middle finger. So without going through all the fingers, let's go ahead and move back to the base of the outside of the thumb. And we're not looking, we're just imagining, and we're going to breathe along with this. So let's take a regular breath, just an inhale and an exhale. And then inhale, drawing that imaginary line to the tip of the thumb. Exhaling to the space at the base of the thumb and the pointer finger. Inhale to the tip of the pointer finger. Exhale down to the space between the pointer finger and the middle finger. Inhale up the middle finger. Exhale down the middle finger. Inhale up the ring finger. Exhale down the ring finger. Inhale up the pinky. Exhale down the pinky. Inhale up the pinky. Exhale down the pinky. Inhale up the ring finger. Exhale down the ring finger. Inhale up the middle finger. Exhale down the middle finger. Inhale up the pointer finger. Exhale down the pointer finger. Inhale up the thumb. Exhale down the thumb. And now bring your attention to the center of your palm. See if you can pinpoint the exact center of the palm. Breathing in and breathing out. And then bringing the palms together. Let's make a little friction. So we're going to rub the hands together. And then while we're doing this, if you'd like to set an intention for your class today, a sankalpa, if you will, or a sankalp. And it can be something that you would like to offer up to yourself during your practice today for the next 45 minutes or so. Or it could be something that maybe you would like to plant a seed and help it cultivate as you walk off your mat today. Maybe you have a few goals in mind. Or maybe you would like to dedicate your practice. Maybe you know someone who's having a hard time of it today and you would like to send them a little bit of love and intention. And if the eyes are closed, keep them closed. Let's go for a few more seconds here. And And then when you're ready to pause, draw the palms about a half an inch away from each other and just enjoy that sense of the energy in between the hands. And then when you're ready, you can rest your hands on your heart space and just take a couple more breaths and enjoy that intention, or the intention behind the intention. Maybe you can connect to your heartbeat for a few moments. And then moving the hands down to the belly, connecting with the breath, feeling the energy and the heat coming off the palms of your hands. Feeling supported and loved in your practice today. Even though we are not able to be together per se, I feel that this is such a sweet little community, and I'm so humbled by your presence here. And we get to share this practice together. Take a deep inhale when you're ready. Let's draw the hands above the head. And we're going to clasp the right hand around the left wrist. And then we're going to exhale and take a nice stretch to the left. And you're going to let your left hip shift to the floor, like really anchor down. On an inhale, engage the belly and use that core to draw yourself up. Let's switch our grip and then exhale to the opposite side. And you might notice one side feels a little stiffer than the other. Let's bring that up again, engaging through the core. Switch and exhale to the right. Hi, Jolly. And inhale back to center, switching the grip, and exhale to the left. Big inhale up, release the grip, stretch the fingertips. You can spread the fingers out wide. And then as you exhale, rotate the wrists and draw the hands down. Good. So we're going to take some big circles to wake up our shoulders. Before we do that though, let's switch our legs. So we're going to take a nice deep inhale, and right hand's going to come over left. So let's draw the hands out a little, take a big inhale, and we're going to sweep the hands in front of each other, open. And exhale down. Let's do two more. Big inhale as we do it on a downswing, and then up. And exhale, open wide. Take up as much space as you can. One more time, big inhale. And exhale down. We're going to go the opposite way. Inhale, drawing the hands back this time. And this time, left hand is going to cross on top of the right. Exhale down. Inhale, bring it back and up. Stretch it out as much as you can. And exhale down. One more time, please. Big heart opener. And exhale, draw it down. Woo, nice. All right, one more little exercise here. We're going to draw the hands out into our goalpost or goddess arms. And we're going to take a nice deep inhale. And we're going to exhale to our right. We're just going to take a twist. Inhale, come back to center and try to use that core. Exhale to the left. Inhale back to center. Exhale to your right. Inhale center. Exhale left. Come on, back to center. One more time each side. Last time to the left. inhale back to center, and exhale, float those hands down to your side. Go ahead and come into tabletop. Actually, I'm sorry, let's not do tabletop. I wanted to use our strap. There's a reason I asked for you to grab one. So let's come and sit with the legs a little bit wider out. Grab your strap. And if you're in this position, sitting on a blanket or a towel might feel really good. So try it and experiment if you have one. And we're going to flex our toes. We're going to draw the strap around the toe. Now, I know some of us have the flexibility that we can reach our toes, but for today's practice, at least this one right here, I would like for you to use a strap if you have one. If you don't have one, no worries. So we're going to lengthen nice and tall through the back. Foot is flexed. And so we are going to draw our hands back, and we're going to lean forward at our hip crease. So we're not rounding down. We're not trying to bring the nose to the knee. More like bringing the nose past your toes and just drawing forward just a little bit. And it's pretty early. At least it is for me. So I'm still feeling a little tight this morning. If you're in the same boat, take care. Bend the knee a little bit if you need to. If you feel any tension in that knee, definitely bend it. And then when you're ready to move forward, you can take another big inhale and exhale, drawing forward just a little bit more. Remember, we're not rounding through the spine. Elbows are coming towards our waist. One more time, inhaling. And as we exhale, we're just going to come a little bit closer. Nose kind of directed over the toes. Hopefully you're feeling a decent stretch through your hamstrings, maybe through your calves, through the feet, always good. And then on your next inhale, engage the belly and draw yourself up. Awesome. Let's move to the other side. Strap on your strap onto your foot. Let's flex those toes. Lengthen up through the spine. We're reaching through the crown of the head, taking an inhale, and we're just going to pull our hands just a little bit more towards us, and we're going to hinge at that hip crease. Whew, notice if one side is a little bit tighter than the other. And breathing into any space that feels tension. So important. It's very important to acknowledge anytime you feel a little bit of discomfort. I certainly don't want you feeling any pain. If you feel pain in any shape that I ask you to move into, please find an alternative way to experience it, or just come out of it and take a break. Go ahead and come forward just a little bit more on an exhale. And then one more time. Very passive stretch. And we're keeping that right hip anchored down as best as you can. Engaging in that belly, drawing yourself back to center. We're going to bring the feet out in front of us. And one last time, we're going to do them both together. Bring that strap around the toes. And same thing, nice tall spine. And then when you're ready, taking a deep inhale and exhale. Bending those knees if you're feeling any tension. So we just screened in our porch behind me here in the sunroom, so it's kind of a little haven for our kitties, so they like to walk back and forth. If you're wondering where they're disappearing to behind my little Buddha there. Go ahead and inhale and exhale forward again. Remember, we're moving through the hip crease, bending forward through our hip crease. And even if we're in this position and you want to bend your knees quite generously, you can still get a really decent stretch, especially through the back. And I'm feeling it all the way up into my shoulder blades. Like I just haven't woke up that part of my body yet. Take one more breath here. And engage softly through the belly and come on up. So good. Go ahead and remove the strap. Now we're going to find our tabletop position. You can pad your knees with your blanket if you'd like to. Don't forget that. So finding your tabletop, we're going to move into cat-cow. So remember, wrists under shoulders, knees under our hips, fingertips spread nice and wide. We want to keep our bones stacked, especially in the arms, because we want to protect our shoulders, and no dropping the chest down towards the floor. We're pushing up, finding power in the palms of the hand, and sending it all the way up to the shoulders. Let's take an inhale. We're going to drop our belly, hips and gaze move up. And then exhale, rolling that tailbone down, chin to chest. Inhale, find your cow. Exhale, find that cat. Arching through the back, pressing up through the arms, relaxing the neck. Last time, inhale. And exhale. Come into tabletop position. We're going to press into the right hand. We're going to inhale, lift up through the left. Exhale, left hand comes down, right hand comes up on the inhale. Exhale, right hand down. Inhale, left hand to the sky. Don't be hasty, take your time. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, right hand up. Exhale, right hand down. This time we're going to hang out for a breath. So inhale, left hand to the sky. If you want this time, you can kind of take a little half bind with the arm and drop it behind the back. Maybe gaze comes to the ceiling. And then on your exhale, float the hand down. Inhale, right hand to the sky. Take a half bind if you like. This gives a little opportunity for a stretch through the upper shoulder. And then relax the hand down. So let's bring those hands up and forward just a little bit, spreading those fingertips again. Turn those toes under. Take a nice deep inhale and lift up the booty. Find your downward facing dog. I always find so much joy in my first down dog. It just feels so good. So please take the time for the next few breaths to just explore. Walk the dog, stretch through the legs, press into the palms and really get a good stretch through the arms. And if you lift up through the hips and connect with the feet and the hands, you'll get a great stretch through the back. Relaxing the head. But we don't want to drop the chest towards our toes. We don't want to lose that strength and stability through the upper shoulders. So we're going to anchor down our right foot. We're going to inhale left foot into three-legged dog. And as you exhale, go ahead and bend that knee so your foot kind of comes towards your bottom. We're going to take an inhale and we're going to stack our hips and look underneath our armpit. Hello. Pressing into that right heel. Big breath. Pressing into the palms of the hands. Very active shape. One more breath. Big inhale. As you exhale, even out the hips. Relax the leg out straight. Take another deep inhale, and as you exhale, we'll draw that left leg forward. Coming into your high lunge. If you need to, you can drop that back knee. Let's take a big breath in, and we're going to straighten out the front leg. Bring those hands up. Find your security, your balance. And then we're going to take an inhale. And as we exhale, arms are going to float behind us. We're going to bend that knee, and we're going to come into our fly position. Inhale, bring those arms forward. And exhale, come back up. Let's do that a few more times. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, arms come back. Come into that fly position. Press into the toes. Let that heel come back. Find your security in the sole of your front foot and reach those fingertips back. Connect that heel with the crown of the head. Take an inhale, arms come forward. Reach, reach, reach. And exhale, bring it up. Let's do one more. Big inhale. Exhale, fingertips come back. Bend through that front knee. Connect with that back heel. Inhale, arms forward. Reach, reach, reach. Exhale, bring it back up. And we're going to come into pyramid. We're going to exhale, bring those fingertips back forward. And then relax the hands down. This is where a block or two may come in handy. You can kind of walk that back foot forward just a little bit. We're going to keep the front leg straight, little bend. If you feel any tension, please. So find a comfortable shape here. Let the left hip dip down just a little bit. And when you do that, you might feel that your big toe lifts. So press into the big toe. And then find that back foot. Send that energy down the back of the leg into the heel. Find your breath here. One more breath. Bending into that front knee. Walk yourself into forward fold. Go ahead and give a little kick to that left hip. You can kind of move the hips from side to side. And then come into stillness. Relax yourself in your forward fold. Take a nice deep inhale, find your flat back. Exhale down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale down. We're going to bring the hands to the floor, and you can hop or jump or step into plank. Pressing the palms into the floor, engaging through the belly. And then take a nice deep inhale, and as you exhale, find your downward facing dog. Walk the dog for a moment. And then when you're ready, we're going to anchor down that left foot. We're going to inhale, right leg high. As you exhale, go ahead and bend the leg. And then inhale, stack that hip and look under the right armpit. And then maybe the left heel touches the ground, maybe it doesn't, don't worry about it. Just try to get a nice stretch there. So you might feel a decent stretch through your hip flexors on the right leg as well. As you exhale next, go ahead and relax so the hips are even. Go ahead and release the leg. Take a big inhale, and on your exhale, you're going to float that right foot forward, coming into high lunge and adjusting. You ever had a pair of pants that just rolls down no matter what? I chose poorly. So finding your high lunge here. Relaxing the shoulders, let the tailbone relax too. Make sure your front knee is above your ankle and you can press into that heel, or you can be down on the floor, whatever feels most comfortable for you. We're going to take a big inhale. As we exhale, arms are going to float behind us. We find our fly position. And notice how the weight shifts, but we want to try our best to keep the weight is even though obviously the front is going to be a little bit heavier. We want to press into that heel so we don't topple forward. And then we're going to take an inhale, fingertips forward. Exhale, straighten out that leg. Inhale, exhale. Bend through that front knee, find your fly position. Inhale, fingertips forward. Exhale. Let's do one more. Inhale, exhale, fly position. Inhale, hands come forward. Exhale, bring it up. Release the breath. Big inhale here. Exhale, forward. Find your pyramid pose. Use those blocks if you want them. Draw that back foot forward a little bit. Place that heel on the ground. Front leg is straight. And then you're going to drop that right hip back just a little bit. And then press into that big toe. And it's the same thing with the weight here. We want our weight to be distributed as evenly as possible. So we're really connecting to that back leg and the back foot. And we're kind of pushing the energy from the sole of the front foot up. Keep those shoulders relaxed, and we're not dumping into our hands. Breathing into any sensations. And then when you are ready, on an inhale, you're going to bend through that front knee and draw yourself to the front of the mat. Take a little rest here. Shift the hips from side to side. And then find stillness in your forward fold. Take an inhale, find your flat back. Exhale, release. Inhale, find your flat back. Exhale, release. Inhale, roll it all the way up. Send that energy down, and then bring the fingertips above the head. Big inhale, stretch through the front of the body, and then float the hands down the midline. Exhale, forward fold. Let's go ahead and we're going to release the left leg back. And we're going to find our lunge once again. Actually, bring that back foot at a 45-degree angle, please. And then we're going to go ahead and draw ourselves up, and we're going to find warrior one. Relaxing that tailbone. Again, pressing into the knife edge of the back foot, making sure that our weight is in our heel and the front leg, and that you can aim, that your knee is aiming towards second and third toe. Take an inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale, warrior two. Relax those arms, head over heart over pelvis. Take a gaze over your front fingers and just check your knee once again. And then inhale, peaceful warrior. As you exhale, we're going to side angle bend. Bring that hand all the way down to the ground. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Straighten out that front leg. Exhale, find your triangle. Let the left hip shift back. Draw the hands to the calf or perhaps a block. And remember, we want to have a line from our lower hand all the way up to the upper fingertips. We want our chest to be open. So maybe you can even put your hand underneath the chest and kind of draw the bottom of the chest forward, that right rib cage. Gaze can come to the fingertips if it feels okay on the neck. Engaging through the belly, connecting to the soles of both feet, strong legs. So keeping the legs where they are, take an inhale, and we're going to exhale, left hand all the way down, and we're going to kind of circle around and come into a forward fold. Bring that right foot parallel to the left. Walk the legs out just a little bit more, keeping a 45-degree angle in the toes. And we're going to bend into that right knee and drop the left thigh towards the ground. You can do this a couple of different ways. You can keep the left foot solid on the ground, or you can lift up that heel. And then as you inhale, we're going to use our hands as a little bit of stability here. We're going to straighten out that right leg and move into the left side. Let's do that again. Inhaling, coming to center, and exhaling to the right. Inhale through center. Come into the left. I'm going to do one more time here, over to the right. And then over to the left. And we're actually going to kind of switch around. So turn your left foot forward. Turn that right heel up. And you're going to come into your lunge. Draw that back foot into a 45-degree angle. And you're going to take an inhale, draw the hands to the sky. Take a big breath in. Exhale, find your warrior two. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Exhale, float it down. Hand to the ground. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Straighten out that leg and exhale, find your triangle. Lengthening from the crown of the head all the way to the outer edge of the right foot. And this time we're going to engage the belly and we're going to draw ourselves all the way up. Keep those arms outstretched, Parallel the feet, find your 5-pointed star. Relax a little through the knees. Go ahead and soften the arms down and heel toe the feet to center. Or take a little jump. Or a half jump. So let's go ahead and practice eagle for a balancing shape today. We're going to come into our left foot. You're going to let your tailbone relax. Bend a little bit through that left knee. We want a little bit of buoyancy. And go ahead and bend that right leg. And we're going to start just by coming up to the tip of the toe. We're going to lengthen through the back. Let the hands rest at the side for just a moment. And we're going to cross right foot over left. And then we're going to take our hands out in front of us and we're going to draw left hand over, right hand under. And we're going to kind of wrap at the elbow, drawing the palms towards one another, letting the fingertips of the right hand touch the palm of the left hand. If this doesn't feel good on your shoulders, just cross and let the hands rest on top of the shoulders. So once you get your hands all situated, if you want, you can lift up that right leg and draw it really close and try to wrap it close to your left leg. Find that drishti on the floor, that point of concentration. And if you want to add a little bit deeper stretch into that left shoulder, you can draw the elbows up and kind of karate chop the hands forward. But only do that if it feels good. Connect to the core and lengthen from the heel all the way to the crown of the head. Take a couple of deep breaths here, drawing energy up from the earth. And then as you exhale, imagine that you're grounding down. Somehow you are connecting to the earth, whether you're growing roots or in eagle pose. I suppose you can imagine that your talons are connecting to maybe the branch of a tall tree, if you really want to get visual. Take 3 more deep breaths here. Settling in. And on that third exhale, slowly unwind and float out of your eagle. Go ahead and rotate that left ankle. Shake out the arms a little. And then let's do the right side. So really get into that, the foundation of the right foot. Feel the heel, feel the toes. Maybe gentle grip in the toes. Slight bend in the knee, relaxing the tailbone. So when I say that, we're not curling the tailbone under. You're just dropping the tailbone just a little bit, just so we're not, we don't have a curvature through the spine here. Not a very deep one anyway. Everybody's a little different, so lengthening up through our spine. And we want to make sure that we keep our rib cage, we're not lifting it, but we keep it neutral. Arms out. Go ahead and cross the left leg over the right. And then we're going to bring right arm over left this time as we wrap the palms around one another. And if you can't, if you don't have the flexibility to wrap the hands around one another, you can still just have the hands like this if you'd like, which is still powerful in itself, keeping the fingertips pointed towards the sky, or rest on the shoulders. Your choice. And then once you get settled there, wrap that leg closer and lift up the toes. You can always keep the toes on the ground if that doesn't feel sturdy for you. And then find that drishti about 3 or 4 feet in front of you. And just concentrate. Breathe in and out, sending that energy down. And remember, you can lift the elbows up a little bit if you want a deeper stretch in the shoulder. Three more deep breaths. And on that third one, slowly let it go. Rotate through that right ankle. Give your shoulders a little shake. So good. And then come to the front of the mat, please. Take a deep inhale, fingertips to the sky. Stretch through that front body and exhale, float it down, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, relax. One more time, inhale, flat back. Bend the knees, bring the hands to the ground, and make your way down. And we're gonna grab that strap one more time. If you don't have a strap accessible, that's totally fine. We're gonna come on down to our backs. Relaxing left leg forward, drawing right foot up. Put the strap around the toes. And really relax through the back of the body here. And we want our bones to stack on the right side. And then take your strap and place it in your left hand. Take a nice deep inhale, and we're going to exhale, and we're going to drop the right leg across the body. And keep the arm open. You might shift your lower hip underneath you so you can stack the hips a little easier. And then find this twist. Relax any tension through that right knee. Going to take a few more breaths here. And then go ahead and start to bend that right knee, release the strap, and roll yourself back to center. Go ahead and hug the knees in for a moment. Rock gently from side to side. And then release that left leg over or out. Strap up the left foot. Take a moment to stack the bones and just kind of connect here, lengthening through the body. And then when you're ready, taking an inhale, and as you exhale, you're going to drop the left leg over, perhaps shifting the hips a little. And then opening up through the chest and finding a twist. 2 more breaths. And then go ahead and release the strap. And on an inhale, draw yourself back to center. Shift the hips to the middle of the mat. Give your knees a hug. Perhaps drawing the forehead towards the knees. Find a gentle rock from side to side. And then when you're ready, you're going to release the legs out long. Maybe take the hands above the head and enjoy a huge stretch, full bodied. And then relax. Relax into your Savasana. Coming back to when we began the practice, where we soften the space between the eyes, around the eyes and the cheekbones, the skull, the jaw, relaxing through the shoulders, through the back of the body, the arms, relaxing the hips, and the thighs, all the way down the calves and the shins to the tips of the toes. Slowly begin to deepen the breath. Explore with a little movement in the fingers and the toes. And then when you're ready, you may roll to your side, taking a couple of breaths. And then slowly begin to make your way into a seated position. And let's draw the hands together at heart space. You can gently tilt the chin towards the fingertips in gratitude for your practice today and in honor for yourself, for taking care of yourself. Thank you all so very much for being a part of this practice today. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.